11:30. The sun's been streaming down, and now it's clouded up again, and we had a few spits of rain just as the runners went out onto the track. But now the sun's back out, so we've got Melbourne weather. We've got everything. Just take your pick, whatever you want, you're going to get at some stage. Track's a slow 6 on the main course proper today. The rail's out 2 metres for the entire circumference, and the field of 7 coming forward for the opening event. Feltham, our favourite, as the starter Peter Britton heads towards his stand, and M Plus with Chris Muntz in the saddle, the last one to come forward. Nice long straight run of more than 500 metres from this starting point to the first turn, up towards the 800 metres mark. Ready now, set, and they're away. And Feltham in the centre was the first one to break the line. M Plus got out well and is going up to join that leader. Harris is third, followed by Pack the Bags, Mr Moto. And then Xeroxy and Soul Crusade dropped out to last. Onto the course proper past the 12. The leader is Feltham by about a half length. M Plus is second, and Harris making a line of 3 sliding around the outside. 2 lengths Pack the Bags, fourth on the inside of Mr Moto. 1.5 Xeroxy and 3/4 away Soul Crusade. Inside the 1,000 and pressing on, Harris has taken the lead and got away by a length and a half. Feltham takes the trail, and M Plus is on its outside. 2 lengths away, Pack the Bags, and a half to Mr Moto. A length and a half then to Soul Crusade, inside of Xeroxy. Down the side, they're heading towards the 700 metres mark, and Harris on top by 3/4 on M Plus. A length and a half to the favourite Feltham in third. Then Mr Moto around Pack the Bags from Xeroxy and Soul Crusade. They've left the 600 in the direction of the home turn. Harris by a half length is the break on M Plus. 1.5 then to Feltham. Rick McMahon easing it out wide. I think coming down the centre, down the crown's going to be a pretty good path to take today. McMahon's heading in that direction, and Mr Moto is just back behind him. In the straight, coming down to the 300 metre mark, and Feltham straight up on the outside and took the lead. Mr Moto out of the pack's a danger, and Xeroxy's coming down the outside strongly as well. 200 to go. Feltham challenged by Mr Moto. Soul Crusade makes ground nearer the inside. Mr Moto and Feltham from Soul Crusade and Xeroxy. Mr Moto on the outside's just in front, and Mr Moto a half head to Feltham. Third then was Soul Crusade. Fourth in Xeroxy. Then came Pack the Bags, and the 2 of the early leaders knocked up in the run home. They were M Plus and Harris, and they finished back at the tail of the field. 6 Mr Moto, $6.80 gets the prize here. Eddie Wilkinson for Troy Hall, local trainer. 2 Feltham, $1.90, and 7 Soul Crusade, no tote. There's Mr Moto on the outside, just holding a narrow margin right down to the wire. Eddie Wilkinson and Rick McMahon, with Wilkinson getting Mr Moto to kick on the outside and have a better, probably a half head margin. Let's have a look when they stop it right on the mirror. Yeah, it won't be any more than a half head, will it? Judge might go a short head. That'd be it. Anyway, 6, 2, 7, 5 are your numbers. Mr Moto first, Feltham second, Soul Crusade third. Fourth in was number 5, that being Xeroxy. It was a half head by 1.5 lengths in 127.24. Mr Moto by Mark Kane out of Moster, trained by Troy Hall locally for the Brown Place Proprietary Limited Syndicate. The manager is Fred Brown, and Eddie Wilkinson, locally based, is the winning jockey. 2 is second, that's Feltham. Got out to a good part of the track, but so too did Mr Moto, and from that point, that's where they battle it out. Don't think it's going to be much good staying hard up against the inside rail today, from what we saw in race 1 and from previous patterns here when the track's rain affected. 6.275 the result, 127.24. 680 and 250 for the winner, 190 for second, no third div applied. Quinella $9.90, trifecta 134.80, exacta 26.80, and the first 4 $1,073.60 for the first 4. Nice first 4 divvy, isn't it, in the small field. 127.24 the time. Last 600 covered in 35.74, and a half head margin in favour of Mr Moto.